Neck pain, shoulder pain. That deep ache between your shoulder blades that just won't go away. You stretch, you get a massage, maybe even chiropractic adjustments, and still the pain comes back. What if the real source of that discomfort isn't your spine, your posture, or your muscles at all? What if it's coming from a small organ most people never think about, the gallbladder? Strange as it sounds, there's a powerful nerve connection between your digestive system and your right shoulder. When the gallbladder or liver gets congested, the signal doesn't always stay local. Instead, it can travel upward, creating pain that feels exactly like a neck or shoulder problem. In today's video, I'm going to break down how this hidden link works, reveal the risk factors that can set it off, and show you a safe 1-minute self-check you can try at home. Plus, you'll learn the warning signs that tell you it's time to see a professional. If you've been chasing shoulder pain with no results, this perspective may completely change how you see your body. Now let's dive into one of the most fascinating and overlooked connections in the human body. How your liver and gallbladder can sometimes create pain that shows up in your right shoulder or neck. Here's the anatomy in simple terms. Your liver is the large organ that sits just beneath your right rib cage. Tucked under it is a small pear-shaped pouch called the gallbladder. Its main job is to store a digestive fluid called bile. Bile is released into your small intestine after you eat, especially when you consume fatty foods, to help break those fats down so your body can absorb them. When bile is flowing smoothly, most people never even think about their gallbladder. But problems arise when the bile becomes too concentrated, too sluggish, or when tiny crystals form. Doctors often call this biliary sludge, and over time it can lead to gallstones. Even before stones appear, this thick bile can irritate the gallbladder and the tissues around it. So how does that link to shoulder pain? The key is a nerve called the phrenic nerve. This nerve runs from your neck down to your diaphragm, the muscle that helps you breathe. The diaphragm sits right above your liver and gallbladder. When the gallbladder is inflamed or congested, irritation can stimulate the phrenic nerve. And here's the interesting part. The phrenic nerve doesn't just send signals downward. It also carries sensation back upward toward the neck and shoulder. This is what doctors describe as referred pain. The actual source of the problem is in one location, but your brain interprets it as pain somewhere else. In this case, gallbladder stress can sometimes be felt in the right shoulder, the back of the scapula, or even the side of the neck. It's important to stress, not every case of shoulder pain is related to the gallbladder. In fact, most cases come from muscular tension, poor posture, or spinal issues. But in some people, especially those with digestive symptoms as well, the gallbladder can be the hidden culprit. Understanding this mind-body connection gives you a new perspective. The pain you feel in your shoulder might not always mean something is wrong with your muscles. Sometimes it's your digestive system trying to get your attention. By now you can see how the gallbladder and liver might occasionally play a hidden role in shoulder pain. But what makes this more likely to happen in some people than others? And how do you know when it's time to take the pain seriously? Let's start with lifestyle. Imagine someone who enjoys fried foods, heavy takeout meals, or lots of processed snacks. Over time, that constant stream of unhealthy fats and refined carbs forces the liver and gallbladder to work harder. The bile becomes thicker, less efficient, and can start to form sludge. On the other side of the spectrum, someone who goes on an extreme crash diet and loses weight too fast can also upset bile flow. The result is the same: congestion in the gallbladder. Medications can add to this stress. Certain hormone therapies, some cholesterol-lowering drugs, or long-term courses of antibiotics are all known to influence bile production and flow. That doesn't mean these medicines are bad. They are often essential. But it explains why two people with the same diet may have very different outcomes. So when should you be concerned? This is where the red flags come in. Occasional tightness in your shoulder after a long workday may not be alarming. But if you notice pain in the upper right abdomen that consistently flares after eating fatty meals, or if the discomfort radiates into your shoulder and back, that's a clue worth paying attention to. Add nausea, indigestion that doesn't go away, or episodes of vomiting, and the warning signs become louder. And if you ever see yellowing of the skin or eyes, dark urine, pale stools, fever, or chills, those are urgent signals. At that point, it's no longer about stretching or home remedies. It's time to see a doctor immediately. Understanding these risks and warning signs isn't about creating fear. It's about awareness. Because the sooner you recognize when something isn't normal, the sooner you can get the right help, and often prevent a small problem from becoming something much bigger. You've probably wondered by now, how do you know if your shoulder pain could be linked to your gallbladder? There's no perfect way to tell without medical testing, but there is a simple self-check you can try. Think of it as a gentle experiment, not a diagnosis, not a cure, just a way to listen to what your body might be saying. Here's how to do it. Find a quiet spot where you can sit or lie down comfortably. Take a slow, deep breath, then exhale. Place the fingertips of your right hand just beneath your rib cage on the right side, about halfway between the center of your chest and your side. This is the area where your liver and gallbladder rest. With your fingers, apply gentle pressure, not hard, not forceful. Hold that pressure for a few seconds. Pay attention to what you feel. For many people, it's simply neutral. But some notice tenderness or even a strange sensation that seems to travel upward toward the shoulder blade, the side of the neck, or the top of the arm. If you do feel that referral, it doesn't mean your gallbladder is the problem. It only suggests there might be a connection worth exploring with your doctor. And if nothing happens at all, that's valuable information too. It may point more toward muscles, posture, or the spine as the source. One very important caution: if this pressure brings sharp pain, nausea, or makes you feel unwell, stop right away. And if you already know you have gallstones, liver disease, or other digestive conditions, don't attempt this. Medical evaluation is the safest path. Think of this check as a small flashlight. It doesn't illuminate the whole room, but it may highlight an area you didn't expect. The real answers come from proper medical testing, but this little experiment can help you understand your body's signals more clearly. So what happens after you've tried the self-check and you're left wondering what to do next? The answer depends on balance, because shoulder pain has many possible routes, and your job is to narrow the possibilities. The safest starting point is lifestyle. Your gallbladder and liver thrive when you give them less burden to carry. That means cutting back on fried foods and heavy processed snacks, choosing more vegetables and lean proteins, and avoiding crash diets that shock your system. Even small, consistent changes, like drinking more water or adding a daily walk, can support both digestion and muscle health at the same time. If you're considering supplements or medications, this is where guidance matters most. Some people read about bile salts or compounds like UDCA or TUDCA online. While these substances are used in specific medical conditions, they are not a do-it-yourself fix for shoulder pain. Only a doctor can determine whether they are appropriate. Think of lifestyle as the foundation and medical treatment as a tool used when there's clear evidence and supervision. It's also worth remembering, if your shoulder discomfort doesn't change with the self-check, that's not wasted effort. It may point you toward muscular or postural causes instead. In that case, stretches, strengthening, and better ergonomics might bring far more relief than focusing on digestion. The key is not guessing in the dark, but following the clues your body gives you. So here are the 3 ideas to carry with you. First, unusual connections, like the gallbladder referring pain upward, are real but not the whole story. Second, your daily choices in food, rest, and movement matter more than quick fixes. And third, warning signs like fever, jaundice, or persistent abdominal pain always call for professional help. Now I'd love to hear your perspective. Have you ever discovered that a pain in one part of your body was actually linked to something completely different? Share your story in the comments. It might inspire someone else. And if you found this helpful, hit like, subscribe for more practical health insights, and check out the next video right here, where we'll look at the muscular side of neck and shoulder pain and simple exercises you can start today.